So looking around at my room here, one would think that I'm a huge anime fan, which I kind of am, but at the same time, uh, there's so much anime these days, it just really sucks. And I know I'm not all alone on this, and there's a lot of people my age. I'm 40 years old. There's a lot of people who are really unhappy with the way anime is heading these days. I would say since about 2000 or so, it's really gone downhill. And for those of you who would agree with me, um, rest assured there are people in Japan who feel the same way as well. Um, for example, uh, a lot of a lot of older teachers, people I work with, they will express the same sentiments that anime is just not the way it used to be. What really got me into anime was science fiction, epic science fiction stuff. Like, for example, here, look at these models here. I got Orgus, Macross, Mospita, Megazone 23, Bubblegum Crisis, especially. This is the kind of stuff that really drugged me into the the anime scene in the early 90s. And it's just really fizzled out. Now, recently, the new Yamato 2202 just came out, and that is pretty exciting. Um, but unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of that type of anime coming out these days. And the the face of, I guess, anime fandom has really changed. Like, for example, one student of mine, um, this junior high boy, he's like, "Oh, hey, Greg, you like anime?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, sure. What do you like?" And he said, "Oh, I like Love Live." I'm sorry, I would have had my ass kicked if I had admitted that when I was his age. Oh my gosh. Uh, yeah. Um, yeah. I mean, like, for example, here, Captain Harlock, badass, Yamato, that kind of stuff is really cool. Of course, Gundam, I like Gundam too. Now, one thing though, that really stand out for me from the 80s, um, this model here, this is the Britannia 2 from Lensman. I've done an unboxing of that. Lensman is a very old space opera by Doc Smith, and he is considered like the father of space opera. So there are some pretty neat anime stuff that is based off of Western science fiction authors. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of that enough. It's really unfortunate, but um, one thing I got in a conversation with a teacher I work with, he saw that I was reading Hyperion, and he started really talking to me a lot about anime and science fiction and stuff. Like, for example, here we go, Vo Thompson. There's another one you don't see the likes of these days. So he showed me this really great manga series, and he let me borrow it. He said, "Hey, do you know Inherit the Stars, which is science fiction? It's a hard science fiction series by James P. Hogan." And I had to look it up online, actually. I know I'd heard the name before, but I wasn't too familiar with it because I'd never really read it. Well, there's actually a manga based off of Inherit the Stars. Yeah, this is the Japanese title, of course. But yeah, see, it says right here, J.P. Hogan, James P. Hogan. This is really cool. Very cool. I have not read the book, but this is like, it's like, from what I read online, is that he was kind of dissatisfied with the movie 2001: A Space Odyssey, with the cryptic ending, and he decided to make something similar. It's kind of on a dare, I guess, but he wrote a science fiction book with this better explains
Basically the similar type of story, but with, you know, more straightforward, I guess. So check this out, really cool Blade Runner type of visuals here. That's pretty nice. Yeah, so there we go. There's some more Blade Runner type cityscapes. So the story goes is that these astronauts are on the moon, and they discover a dead astronaut, like a mummified corpse, and it goes from there. So it's very cool. Now I looked online. I think there's some scanlations available. It would be really nice if this series could be picked up and published. This is really cool. You can even see the ship design and such. It really is reminiscent of A Space Odyssey, Arthur C. Clarke's. You know, the type of ship designs that were in the movie. So yeah, I've flipped through these books, and I don't know the story, but I can kind of figure out what's going on just by flipping through this really quickly. It is a 4-volume work, and it is put out by what's called Big Comic Special. Who put this out? Shogakukan. I think I'll pick this up for myself. Unfortunately, reading science fiction is a little bit difficult in manga form, especially because there's no furigana to help me out with the anime that I'm not. You know, I'm sorry, the anime, the kanji that I'm not really familiar with. But anyhow, I really would think it would be great if somebody could publish this. You know, Tokyo Pop, they're gone. Um, the president of Tokyo Pop, he's moved on. He to doing imports and such with a company called Bluefin. But yeah, there's 4 volumes in all for this. This is a really cool looking manga, and I'm going to try to find this. Yeah, so you got the whole apes and everything here, just like in 2001: A Space Odyssey. So, yeah, I don't mind derivative stuff. Like Dennis R. McKiernan, I think his name is. He's rather derivative of Tolkien's Lord of the Rings stuff, but I've heard that his stuff is pretty good. It's very easy to read and really easy to get into. So, yeah. Oh, that's a cool looking building there. That is really Blade Runner-ish, I think. So anyhow, I just wanted to show this. This has some really cool ship designs. Character designs are not obnoxious at all. This is like a real mature, real tribute to fairly popular science fiction series. So I'd like to track down the original novel. I suppose it's been out of print since 2005, unfortunately, but I'm sure I can pick it up used somewhere fairly easily. In America, at least. I don't know how much I would have to pay to have it shipped to me in Japan, but anyhow, really cool stuff. So, the final volume here is this here. Pretty cool looking spaceship there. I guess these are I don't know if these are the alien enemies or if they're good or not. I don't know. I'd have to read the book. But yeah, I guess scanlations are, it's kind of like a gray area. As long as you're not downloading it, I guess you won't get in trouble. I don't know. Don't take it from me. Look into it yourself. I don't really get into scanlations much myself. There's been a few series that I've read, I guess, but not a whole lot. I prefer having paper and books. I don't like reading on a computer screen. So I do that enough anyways. So apparently there's some sort of time travel involved, but Yeah, pretty cool looking spaceships and crap. So anyhow, thanks for watching. And, oh, that's cool looking right there. That's cool. Yeah, neat stuff. So if I find crap like this that I think is neat, I'll just make a video of this and share with people if you're interested. So, neat stuff, huh? Well, thanks for watching. Again, this has been Inherit the Stars by James P. Hogan. And the manga is made by Yukinobu Hoshino. So, really beautiful. It would be really nice if we can see stuff like this published more often in Japan. That would be pretty nice. Anyhow, bye.